Hi guys, welcome back to the show. Tom won't be joining us today. He had to go out of the office for a little while. Hopefully he'll be back for next week. No big deal. We're going to go over UFC Vegas 43. Ketlin Vieira, ranked number 7. She's 11-2, 30 years old, and she is right now the favorite at minus 115. It's a very close spread. I actually think the line is correct. We haven't seen what Misha can do in a long time. She had that fight against Marion Renault. Marion Renault was the oldest fighter in the UFC at that time, 44. She did get the win. She looked good. Her conditioning looks good. So she's going up against Cupcake, who's ranked number 8. She's 35 years old. She's 19-7, and she's minus 105. And as I said, she's coming off that victory over Marion Renault. Before that, we know she took a long, long break. I believe she was out for 6 years. So only 35 to have that kind of break. It's impressive. Now, this fight, I mean, Vieira's got some power. She's got some skills. She doesn't impress me very much, though. I'm not going to lie. It's not very impressive. I think Misha can get the job done here. This is a 5-round fight. I think she has the conditioning. I think she has the cardio. I think she has the chin, as she's shown many times. I think Ketlin's got the power. If she can catch her early on, we could see something upset right here, but I'm not feeling it. I don't think Ketlin's that good. I don't think she's horrible, but I just don't think she's top tier. I think Misha's going to be able to climb here. I think they're setting her up. She's a big name. They like her back in the limelight. I gotta go. I gotta go with her. Tom sent me his pick. He also thinks Misha by decision. I don't know if I think Misha might be able to get this done. She's going to be able to tire Ketlin out. This is a longer fight, 5 rounds. I don't believe Ketlin's ever been in a 5-round main event before, so this is a good one. Like I said, I think the line's right. Don't love it. Now let's go over the cards. Ketlin's rookie cards, 2018 Chrome. I'm not sold on her. Like I said, she has some really good wins if you go through her resume, but she's just not for me. I don't think I'll be buying. I don't think I'll put a buy on her. She has to definitely get through this fight. If not, you got to put a hard sell on her. Now, Misha Tate, been around forever. 2011 is her card date. I mean, that's impressive how long she's been around, still fighting, top of the division. Now, the one problem I have with Misha is, she was the champ. The competition wasn't as fierce as it is today. Even still at bantamweight and featherweight. Look, the UFC cut the featherweights basically up there for the women. I mean, the women's featherweights, obviously. So it's a little thing. I mean, Amanda Nunes is unbelievable. I take nothing away from Amanda Nunes. She was in even before that, though. Just once Ronda came in, and I don't even think people might hate on it, but I don't even think Ronda was that great. She just had good judo. Her hands looked pretty bad. She was a big girl. Not, these girls have advanced. They've gotten better. And we'll see if Misha can show that she's evolved, then we're in business. I'm not sure if she's going to be able to show that right away, but I think she'll be able to show that against Ketlin Vieira. Let's move it right on. Now, Chiesa, he's ranked 6. He's 33, 18-5, and he's a plus 130 dog going up against Brady, ranked number 14. Brady's undefeated, 14-0, minus 150 favorite. He's only 28 years old. Now, the thing is, for Brady to be the favorite in this event, this is a huge step up in competition for him. If you look at the guys he's fought, Jake Matthews, and that was his last fight and things like that, he hasn't fought anyone like Chiesa. Chiesa moving up to welterweight was the best thing he did. He looked unbelievable. Big deal. His last fight, he loses to Vicente Luque. Luque's an absolute stud. Take nothing away from that fight. But before that, Chiesa was on streamlining once he went up to welterweight. I don't know how he ever made lightweight. The guy is big at welterweight. He could probably fight almost at middleweight. He's over 6 foot. He's filled out, all muscle, looks good. I'm going to tell you right now, the problem with Chiesa is he doesn't have great boxing. His wrestling's okay, right? I mean, he gets a lot of fights to the ground and everything, but he doesn't have that crazy top game where he punishes guys. It just doesn't happen. He can win, don't get me wrong. He's got great jiu-jitsu and everything like that. But Brady has good hands. Brady has great jiu-jitsu. He's a stronger, bigger guy. I'm not going to say he's bigger, but he's a stronger dude out there. I really like Sean Brady in this situation. I think he gets it done here. I think Brady probably subs him somewhere in there. If he doesn't sub him, we get a grinded out decision. I like this fight for Brady. Now, Chiesa's been around for a long time here. We know his rookie card was printed in 2012. Most people wouldn't realize how long he's been in the UFC. He doesn't fight that frequently, and he had a hard time at lightweight. I think that was a big problem. He probably didn't want to do those weight cuts. I hope he fights a little more frequently. He's getting a little older. He still looks pretty good out there. Like I said, I don't know if he's going to be able to beat into the top 5, though. I mean, you got Edwards and Usman and Kobe and all those guys, and obviously Luque now, Burns, all those guys that can really do everything, give him fits. I don't think he'll be able to break in. Brady, on the other hand, is one of those guys who can pretty much do everything and maybe breaks in. We haven't seen him printed yet. I'm not going to guarantee anything, but I would bet that Brady gets printed in Prism very soon. Tom also picks Brady. He thinks he's going to sub out Chiesa round number 2. I personally think Brady wins this one. He probably does win by sub, so that's another good one. Then we got Joanne Wood, not Calderwood anymore, going up against Talia Santos. They don't even put her name. Show some respect on Talia Santos here. But anyways, Joanne's ranked 5. She's 34 years old, 15-6, and she's a plus 290 underdog. Pretty remarkable line right there. Talia Santos, ranked 10. She is 18-1. She's 28 years old, minus 380 favorite in this position here. And she's on a 2-fight winning streak, last beating Modafferi. Now, this is another one of those fights. I don't love the line here, but I do love Santos. I can't see not taking Santos in this fight. Only thing is, Joanne Wood has a huge experience advantage over her. But if you take a look at her matching up against the top-tier opponents, I mean, she lost to Murphy, Maya, Chukagian. She split decision with Lee. And she won it, but it was a split decision. And then, I mean, she lost to Andrade. She's lost to, I believe, Rose in expedition matches. She seems to lose when she gets to the top-tier women. Talia, on the other hand, I think has the wrestling and the size advantage in this one that she's going to be able to control this one. I mean, you don't want to stand on the feet, but I think this is going to be a pretty big advantage right here. If you take a look at her last fights, she's got very good skill set around her. Like I said, she hasn't been beating monsters like Marcos and all these girls, but Calderwood hasn't been beating the monsters either. She's been in there with them, but she hasn't been beating them either. That being said, I really like Talia Santos in this position. I'm taking her to win. I think it's going to go all 3 rounds. I think she's going to win by a nice decision here. Probably just get some top position, lay on her, just kill the clock a little bit, get some points, win the fight. Now, this one, Tom has Joanne Wood winning by decision. Now, as far as their cards goes, another one. Wood's been around a very long time, 2015. Knockout's her rookie card. I mean, I just can't put a buy on her, though. I mentioned all the girls she's lost to. I don't even have a buy on all those ones. I mean, some of them I do, but she's got a nice little fan base. I don't think she's going to grow much more. She's older now. She's 34 years old. She's got some timing issues here. I don't think she gets to the top. I don't think she ever climbs the mountain. Now, Talia Santos, on the other hand, good wrestling. Like I said, I know she's got a rough road ahead of her, too. The problem is Valentina sits at the top. We got to see what she does here versus Wood. And then we'll have to see what happens if she fights Valentina. I mean, there's not many standing in her way between her and Valentina because Valentina just cleans out the division regularly. They're always looking for more girls to fight her. I mean, I don't see that happening. I don't see her winning at that one. But whatever, that's neither here nor there, right? I'm going to skip over Yaya. Oh, we already skipped over Yaya. This is an intriguing matchup right here. There's another crazy line right here. David Grant, 35. He's 13-5, plus 250 underdog. And this is a live dog here. Let's not take away any credit from David Grant. Guy looks good. Dangerous Davy. He's coming off that loss to Marlon Vieira. Just to mention, he's never been finished KO'd or TKO'd. Now, Adrian Yanez is 27 years old, 14-3, minus 320 favorite, and he's on a 7-fight win streak. I like this fight. I just don't think it's as easy as a pick as the line shows. I really do like Yanez, though. But as I said, Grant is dangerous out there. He's got cardio for days. He's got a crazy good chin. He puts that pace forward. He's got good takedowns. I'm not saying his wrestling's amazing or anything, but he's got good takedowns. He mixes everything up well. Yanez just has that crisp boxing. And he fights for your money. We saw what happened. Jamal Emmers. It was Emmers putting him. Was it Emmers putting it on him? I'd have to take it. I forget exactly. His last fight. No, it wasn't Emmers. I can't think of the guy. Guy's like a little Abercrombie model. We just put the pressure on Yanez. Was messing him up. He stood in there. He showed you he's ready to go to war. And he literally came out second round and just finished him. He finished him really good fashion. I really like that fight. And I like the same to happen here. I think Adrian Yanez boxing is just going to be too sharp for David Grant. I think he may lose the first round, but then he just gets better. He doesn't get worse. His game is improving. Every round he goes out there, he just looks like his ring IQ is up. His boxing just gets a little bit better. Everybody else is getting tired, and he's not. Like I said, I don't think David Grant tires out or anything, but I think Yanez just starts to use that jab, hit him in the face over and over. I think he gets it done here. I'm going to say this is going to be the first time David Grant gets knocked out. Now, but it's a scary one. I'm not going to lie. He's definitely a live dog, even though people love Yanez. Now, both men, they're not printed yet. We got to see how this fight goes, but I'm going to tell you right now, if Yanez wins this fight, we're most definitely going to see Yanez printed in Prism. He's too good. He's already got a nice fan base. Yeah, he could be a guy to PC. He looks really sharp. It's just in the bantamweight division, he looks good. He looks like he can climb right up to the top of the rankings. I'm not saying he goes out there and messes up Piotr Yan or anything, but I think he could beat most guys, right? Climb right up. He's that good. All right, the last fight I'm going to cover today. Tommy takes Yanez and a KO in that one, just for everybody's thanks. We got Pat, another one. They don't put any respect. Pat Sabatini. He's 31 years old. He's 15-3. He's a minus 125 favorite. He's on a 4-fight winning streak himself. He's going up against Tucker Lutz, who's 27 years old, 12-1, plus 105 underdog, and he's on a 12-fight winning streak. What about that? Only lost his first debut. This is a close one. Sabatini's got great ground game. I mean, we saw what happens. He gets the fight down there, and he can submit the best of the best kind of deal. The problem is his hands aren't that good. He's the one who fought Jamal Emmers. Apology about that before. It was Randy Costa for the fight with Yanez. But he doesn't have great boxing. I don't believe he even has great wrestling. He just has great BJJ. He's got a great ground game. And he looks good out there. Don't get me wrong. He's a good prospect. I'm taking the dog on this one. I think Tucker Lutz has a better stand-up. I think he's not going to get taken down as easily as some guys do. Pat Sabatini loses to Jamal Emmers if Emmers doesn't go to the ground with him. He follows him to the ground. It's a horrible move. You can't do that against a guy who wants to be on the ground. It's like Damian Maia. Make him get up. Don't go down there. Just don't do it. Tucker Lutz, though, I'm not sure how I see this one. I think it's a decision. Sabatini looks like he's got chin. It looks like he's ready to stay in there, hanging tight. So I'll be sprinkling on the dog here. Tucker Lutz, decision. He has a better game plan here. He doesn't go to the ground. He doesn't mess around down there with Sabatini. Now, both men, they're not printed at this time. It's possible we see both of them printed. It's possible we don't see either of them printed yet. They're both pretty new, pretty good. But I like them both, but we'll see. They got a lot of time. We'll reevaluate them on their next fight. The only one I want to mention on here is because this is a pretty big odds right here. Luma Bukumi is like plus 150 right now, and Godinez is like minus 165. She keeps going up. I actually like Luma to get the upset right here. This is one that I'll probably be sprinkling on. I really think people are, just because Lupi's she lost in her last one going up in weight. She just fought like a month ago on that loss, and she fought a week before that. I think she needed to go back to the drawing board, take a little time for herself. I think she doesn't have great wrestling. We saw that exposed. We know she doesn't have amazing stand-up. That's been exposed. She's got a good ground game when she's down there. Her wrestling on the ground and everything's sharp, but getting it to the ground, I think Luma's been working on that. Every time out, she looks better and better and better. And she's got great elbows, good knees in the clinch when you're trying to grapple and get her down there. I think this is the upset of the night for me. All right, guys, I appreciate you joining me, and I'll see you guys next time.